Now, I know, first off, I'm so rude. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video, especially if you love MMA as much as I do. I've already talked about how Pereira deserves a third fight with Adesanya. Of course he does, you know? If Hamzat doesn't get it, Pereira should, you know? Because the only other fights that I think make sense for Pereira at middleweight, maybe Vittori, but Vittori's already lost twice to Adesanya. He's never beaten Adesanya. Pereira has 3 times. Maybe him fighting Whitaker makes sense. I don't know, but he's never beat Adesanya. Strickland, he already beat him. Maybe Paulo Costa. Paulo lost 1 time to Adesanya. I'm sure he'd lose again probably, but it'd be a better fight. So maybe Paulo Costa makes sense, or maybe Hamzat fighting Pereira makes sense. But as far, let's be real here. I mean, the UFC is about superstars, a lot like WWE, but it's not wrestling. It's actual fighting, you know. Not to say wrestling isn't real or anything like that, but that's just my opinion, you know, as far as, you know. I think money-wise, that fight, I don't think those two fighting and then the winner fight for the title would make a whole lot of sense. I think Dana White's going to say, you know what, both Pereira and Hamzat are money fights. Most likely, I think Pereira will get the third fight first in Dana's eyes, because then you get him, and then the winner of that fight fights Hamzat. That's a money fight. I mean, Pereira's a killer. Even though has limited MMA experience, his grappling, we haven't really seen that. I would pick Hamzat over both of those guys, really, just because he's a well-rounded striker. Hold on 1 second. But Pereira definitely deserves that third fight if Hamzat doesn't fight him, simply because of his history with Adesanya. He's beaten him 3 times in combat sports. I know he's beaten him. A lot of you are saying he's beaten him once in MMA, but you also have to consider the fact that they're both kickboxers. They're both elite level strikers. And the fact that Pereira, even though they're even in MMA, overall, he's lost him. He's beaten him 3 times. All right, so he has Izzy's number. So the fact that they have history, and this would be a trilogy fight, I do think he would deserve this fight, you know. Now, if Hamzat gets the fight, I got no problem with it. I think Pereira should wait that fight out and fight the winner, you know. Or, again, there's Costa. He could probably fight at light heavyweight if he wants to make another paycheck, but there's really nobody that would really draw that much money other than Adesanya. So as far as deserving, yeah, not Paulo, heck no. Pereira definitely deserves that trilogy fight MMA wise, you know, and that'd be a 5th fight they'd have. They fought 4 times. And here's the thing, that would draw a lot of money versus Pereira fighting Hamzat. Of course, they're both killers, but the title in Adesanya is the biggest star, and the championship, the fact it's a title on the line, the fact that Pereira and Adesanya fought twice and knocked each other out in MMA, and the fact that this would be a trilogy fight. That fight makes more sense, in my opinion, than Hamzat fighting instead of Pereira. Again, like I said it before, I'll say it again. If Hamzat gets the title fight, I got no problem. As a fight fan, I'd love to see that fight. I think Hamzat beats both guys because of the fact that he has shown wrestling, and neither one of them have really shown that, and the fact that Pereira is inexperienced in wrestling. But again, because of the history, they both knocked each other out. They've taken the title from each other. Who doesn't want to see Pereira fight Adesanya? They're both are the only two to knock each other out in MMA on top of that. You know, there's so much there. So, yeah, I think Pereira is a dangerous guy for him, you know, but that's just my opinion. Either way, I'm happy.